Good morning, friends. Myself, Rangnath BC. I am here to tell about the Basel norms. It is simple. It will help to do a presentation in the colleges, as I am doing. Hope it will help you people to do a presentation in a simple manner. And now let me go for the topic. My topic is about Basel norms. Basel norms 1, 2, 3. Um, Issue of Basel Committee. Initially named the Committee on Banking Regulation and Supervision Practices, established by the central bank governors of the Group 10 countries at the end of 1974. The committee headquartered at the Bank of International Settlement in Basel. It was established to enhance the financial stability by improving the quality of banking supervision worldwide. The committee first meeting took place in February 1975 and meetings have been held regularly 3 or 4 times in a year since. In the history of Basel Community, it was established by the governors of Group 10 communities in 1974 and its headquarters was situated in Basel. The committee the Basel Committee is to establish to provide a quality of banking supervision in the worldwide. The committee meeting post took place in February 1975, and the meeting will be take place in 3 to 4 times since in a year. Introduction of Basel. Basel is a Basel norms, and it was in Basel. Basel is a city in Switzerland, which is also headquarters of Bureau of International Settlement. In short form, we also call it as BIS. BIS fosters and cooperates among the central banks with a common goal of financial stability and common standard of banking regulations. The Bank of International Settlement BIS, established on 17th May 1930, is the world's oldest international financial organization. BIS is one of the world's international financial organization. There are two respective offices in the Hong Kong and Mexico of the Basel. In total, BIS has a 60 member countries from all over the world and it covers approximately 65%, 95% of the world GDP. Now let us come to the Basel one. It is capital accord established in 1998. Basel I is a set of international banking regulation put forth by the Basel Committee on Bank Supervision (BCBS) that sets out the minimum capital requirement of financial institutions with the goal of minimizing credit risk. Banks that operate internationally are required to maintain a minimum amount of 8% of capital based on percentage of risk-weighted asset. Basel I is the first of three sets of regulation known individually as Basel I, II, and III together as a Basel Accord. The summary of the Basel I, that is Capital Accord, is it mainly focus on loss as shown in the picture here because to avoid the risk in the future, so that capital accord is established to maintain a capital requirement in the form of minimum 8% that leads to avoid the risk in the future. And next one is Basel II, the new capital framework. In June 1999, the committee issued a proposal for a new capital adequacy framework to replace the 1988 accord. This led to the release of revised capital framework in June 2004, generally known as a Basel II. The revised framework comprises three pillars. The Basel II new capital framework it comprised of three pillars, that is minimum capital requirement, regulatory supervision, and market discipline. First one is minimum capital requirement. Banks should continue to maintain a minimum capital adequacy requirement 8% of risk-weighted assets as maintained in the Basel I. That should be continued in the Basel 2 also. Next pillar is regulatory supervision. According to this, banks were required to develop and use the better risk management techniques in monitoring and managing all three types of risks that a bank faces, was credit, market, and operational risks. In the second pillar tells about the bank have to maintain risk in a better management to avoid a credit management and operational risk that leads to avoid a risk. Market discipline, that is a third pillar in the Basel 2. It increases disclosure requirement. Banks need to mandatory disclose their CAR, risk exposure, etc. to the central bank. Market discipline means this that should disclose the requirement, the secret information to be known, that helps the people to overcome from the risk. Next one, last pillar is last norms is Basel 3. Responding to the 2007-9 Basel financial crisis, Basel 3 was issued in late 2009. The guidelines aim to promote a more resilient banking systems. In this question, the capital equity ratio is to be maintained 8%. The common equity and the Tier 1 capital has to be maintained 4.5% and 6% respectively, so that minimum capital requirement is 10.5%. The 8% minimum should be maintained as maintained in the Basel 1 and 2, and the common equity and equity that is to be maintained at 4.5% and 6% respectively, so that minimum capital requirement will become 10.5%. And next one is liquidity. The Basel 3 norms ask bank to avoid uh, banks to bank to world liquidity money. This is measured by the liquidity coverage ratio, LCR, a ratio of liquidity money to total asset. The value of investment can suddenly fall, like in the 2008 financial crisis. Uh, the capital a bank holds can fall during times of need, so that they should maintain a liquidity of asset. Update information about this. In light of the coronavirus pandemic, the RBI decided to defer the implementation of Basel norms by further 6 months. Whereas financial institutions have been cutting Indians' economic growth forecast, GDP growth rate estimate for the year 2020 to 2.5% from 5.3% estimated just 2 weeks back. Foreigners Basel's cut India's GDP forecast to 2% for their calendar year of 2020. Thank you, friends. This is the information about the Basel norms.